DeLong was thinking about how to find a topic and get closer to Doris, when he suddenly received a WeChat message from his mother Shuha. The content on WeChat made him struck by lightning in an instant. How did you bastard provoke Charlie? Liang from the GU family just called and scolded me, saying that you were in trouble again. Charlie wants to extend your punishment in Orr's Hill to 2 years. DeLong collapsed almost instantly. 2 years? Isn't this killing me? I have only lived in the city village of Orr's Hill for 2 days, and I can't stand it anymore. I don't know how to fight it in the next year. Why did Charlie suddenly add another year in prison? How did I offend him? Thinking of this, DeLong looked at Charlie and asked subconsciously, Mr. Wade, Charlie didn't wait for him to speak. He passed a cup of tea, smiled faintly, and said, Come on, Mr. Kevin, please have tea. This tea is good. I brought it back from outside. I drank it once, then never stopped. Drinking it is about to change to 3, and it may even change to 4 or 5. DeLong's face immediately became extremely ugly. He heard the threat in Charlie's words clearly. Charlie's point is definitely to tell me not to talk nonsense. If I drink tea honestly and don't talk nonsense, then let me stay in Orr's Hill for 2 years. If I don't follow what he said, 2 years will be possible. Become 3, 4, or even 5 years. Thinking of this, DeLong's heart completely collapsed. This Charlie is simply a devil among the devil. Why on earth did I provoke him? Why does he want to treat me like this? Is it because of that Doris? Did I just want to get Doris and offend him? Doris is not his woman either. Isn't she the vice chairman of the Emgrand Group? What does it have to do with your Charlie? You are too broad, right? Just when DeLong was so depressed that he wanted to die, others also looked at Charlie in surprise, completely ignorant of what Charlie meant by changing 2 to 3 or 4. Claire asked in surprise, Charlie, what are you talking about? Why 2 changes to 3, 2 changes to 4? Why don't I understand? Charlie smiled slightly and said, My wife, I'm just playing puzzles with Mr. Kevin. When we met last time, I found that we both like puzzles, so I asked Mr. Kevin a temporary question. Claire nodded lightly, and asked with a smile, What is the answer? Charlie smiled and said, I can't say the answer to the puzzle, it's boring to say it. As he said, he pushed the teacup in front of DeLong again, and asked with a smile, Mr. Kevin, do you know this cup of tea? Do you want to drink it? DeLong knew that if he didn't pick up this cup of tea, he might be inseparable from Orr's Hill in the next 3 or 4 years. If you want to stop the loss in time, drink this cup of tea quickly, so as not to continue to expand the loss. Thinking of this, his eyes reddened and he almost cried on the spot. 2 years. Let me live for 2 years in this kind of city, in that kind of shabby urban village. What's the difference between being in jail? Maybe it's fucking better than going to jail. What kind of sin I have done, that I will meet Charlie, a beast that is not as good as a beast. Before I met him, I should not live a too chic life. Since I met him on Warnya's birthday last time, I haven't met him in life. What a good thing. At this point, DeLong's heart suddenly exclaimed, Damn. That time I offended Charlie because I wanted to get in Warnya. Charlie is too brutal, right? He's married and his wife is so beautiful, why does he stop me? Let me pick up girls? Are these all his women? DeLong's desire to die is gone. He accidentally hit Charlie's muzzle so many times. From now on, he just wants to stay away from Charlie. He never wants to see him again in his life. Apart from resentment, he could only be forced to compromise to Charlie helplessly, and respectfully took the teacup pushed by Charlie, brought it to his mouth with a trembling hand, and said with great pain, Mr. Wade, thank you for making it. Tea, I will drink it. After that, he gritted his teeth and stomped his feet, picked up the teacup, and drank up. Drinking this cup of tea is equivalent to acquiescing to Charlie's new arrangement. The 1-year sentence suddenly doubled to 2 years. DeLong wanted to cry without tears, and his whole body instantly lost his soul, completely devoid of energy. Elsa was also a little surprised at this time. Others didn't know the contradiction between Charlie and DeLong, but she knew it perfectly. It was Charlie who asked DeLong to ride a bicycle from Eastcliff to Orr's Hill, and suffer hardships in Orr's Hill. Now Charlie suddenly started to use numbers to play dumb puzzles, and she immediately had a bad feeling. So she asked DeLong in a low voice, "Brother, what is going on?" DeLong handed the mobile phone to Elsa in despair. On the screen of the mobile phone, it was the WeChat sent to him by his mother Shuha. After Elsa finished reading, she was immediately stunned. She also didn't expect Charlie to be so cruel, and he just directly doubled the cousin's one-year hardship period. However, she couldn't care about the distressed DeLong. She was looking back at how DeLong had offended Charlie from the moment he entered the door to the present. Did cousin offend Charlie? It doesn't seem to be. He has always been very polite to Charlie, so he almost bowed and called him big brother. Did cousin offend Claire? It doesn't seem to be. The cousin is afraid of Charlie to death, knowing that Claire is Charlie's wife. Even if he gives him 10 courage, he does not dare to have any bad ideas about her. Does the form offend Claire's parents? Still not. The cousin has been very humble from the time he entered the door to the present, and he doesn't look like the second-generation dude at all. Then where did he offend Charlie? Elsa suddenly fell into thought. After that, her eyes suddenly caught Doris, who was secretly looking at Charlie. At this moment, she suddenly shook her heart. Could it be that my cousin offended Charlie after expressing his affection for Doris just now? But, what does Charlie have to do with Doris? Doris is the vice chairman of the Emgrand Group. She has some contact with Claire. It is impossible to have too much contact with Charlie. Furthermore, even if Charlie knew Doris, why did he turn his anger on her cousin because of her cousin's provocation of Doris? Moreover, Doris looked at Charlie's eyes, as if something was not quite right. Is there anything hidden in it? When Elsa thought of this, her mind was already in a mess. Reason told her that Charlie and Doris should have nothing to do with each other. However, her instinct told her that the relationship between the two people seemed far less simple than what she had seen.